core today.
I love
Okay,
it.
let's do this thing, my friend. My ladies. Let's see if Scott pops on. Otherwise, just us women today. Okay. Wendy, are you home now? Looks like you're home. Cool. Welcome home. Made it. Okay. It's for a little bit at least. You guys are all muted, so let's do this thing. I'm gonna spotlight myself. You can do that on your own too if you need to, but all right. Let's start, my friends. Let's start in child's pose. So find your way to child's pose and whatever variation of child's pose you prefer. So maybe your knees are really wide, maybe your knees are together, maybe they're somewhere in between. Maybe it doesn't feel good to take your hips all the way back to your heels, so you keep your hips a little bit higher. That's fine too. And if child's pose is not a pose that allows you to somewhat relax and settle, then find a different position that will allow you to do that. So if that's kneeling or even laying down on your belly, that's fine. So if there are any little movements you want to take at first, go ahead and move a little bit. Maybe you just kind of swivel your hips side to side. Maybe you walk your hands side to side, roll your forehead side to side. And just give yourself in your own time a couple deep breaths. So big, huge inhalations, and then open your mouth and just let it out your mouth. So great big huge breaths, about 3 of them. And then after you've taken about 3 big, huge, deep breaths, let's meet in a tabletop position, hands and knees. And let's move through some cat-cows as we drop into Ujjayi breath. So inhale, spinal extension, lift your heart, lift your tailbone, gaze forward. And exhale, curl in, spinal flexion. So round, chin to chest, belly button pulls in and up, push the ground away. Go back and forth a couple more times on your own. And use this time to cultivate your Ujjayi, to fire up your Ujjayi, that powerful, vibrant breath. So start to not only feel your breath, but also hear your breath like a gentle whisper, like an ocean wave. And then finish the round you were on, come back to a neutral spine position. So just regular tabletop. Bring your knees a little bit wider than your hips. Take your right arm out to the right and then all the way up towards the sky. Big inhale here. As you exhale, thread your right arm underneath you, but don't come down to rest. Hover above the ground, reach as far as you can. Inhale, unthread your right arm out and up. We'll do that 3 times. Exhale, thread your right arm through. Engage your core and reach, reach, reach. Inhale, unthread, reach out and up. Last time, exhale, thread your right arm through. This time, reach as far as you can, then gently come down to rest outside of your shoulder and head. Take about 3, 4, 5 rounds of breath here, working this pose in whatever way you would like. So already just feeling a little more connected to your center, to your strong core. If you do happen to have your left hand or even your left knee lifted, bring them both back to the ground. And then next time you inhale, unthread your right arm, reach it out and up one more time. Exhale, set your right hand down. And then come down to your forearms. We're actually going to come into a forearm plank. So if you need to, you can crawl forward a little bit. So hands at the top of your mat, forearms parallel, and then one leg at a time, step your feet back, forearm plank position. So elbows underneath your shoulders, forearms parallel, palms face down, fingers spread wide. If you want a little less, you can make a tripod with your hands instead. Feel the length in the back of your neck and the sides of your neck. So gaze down, soften your face, draw your belly button in and up, and push down through your forearms. You might even start to shake a little bit and just breathe into that. Allow that. It's not a bad thing. If you want to modify, knees can come down at any time. We'll be here for about 3 more breaths. Try not to clench your jaw or strain through your face. Press down through your forearms. Hug in with your upper arms. One last big inhale. As you exhale, set your knees down, untuck your toes, lower your hips, lift your heart, Sphinx pose. So your elbows are right under your shoulders right now. Walk your hands forward a little bit so your elbows are in front of your shoulders. Press down through your palms, and then imagine you're trying to pull yourself forward. So hands pull back. See if you can lift your elbows even the slightest bit and squeeze them towards each other. Maybe your forearms lift just a little bit as well. Draw your belly button in and up and reach your tailbone down towards your heels. See if you can find a little more length in your low back, low spine. Press down with your hands and pull back. Lift your elbows, squeeze them towards each other. Take one more big inhale. As you exhale, reach your elbows out to both sides and slowly lower down. Hands come to frame your mid-ribs. Push the hands and knees, tabletop. All right. This time in your tabletop, rather than cat-cows, take a few circles with your hips, or you can even try drawing figure eights with your hips. Little infinity signs with your hips. So just get a little more creative, intuitive, feel around. Take about 2 or 3 more breaths. Ujjayi. So feel it, hear it. Slow, steady, spacious. Let's come back to a neutral spine, regular tabletop. Knees a little bit wider than your hips. And then we'll thread the needle, but remember we're going to thread it 3 times until we rest. So left arm out and up. Inhale here. As you exhale, thread your left arm through, reach as far as you can, hover, 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 hold until you're empty, and unthread, reach out and up. Breathe in. As you exhale, thread it through. So your shoulder is hovering above the ground. Feel your strong core. Inhale, unthread. Last time, exhale, thread it through, reach, 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 reach. And when you are absolutely empty, then rest down. You can work it however you want. A few deep breaths. Soft face, soft jaw. If you do happen to have your right hand or your right knee lifted, bring them both back to the earth. On an inhale, unthread your left arm, reach it out and up one more time, maybe even higher. And then exhale, left hand to the ground. From here, once again, come down onto your forearms, but this time we are setting up dolphin. So if it helps, you can grab opposite elbows. That's how far you want your arm, so no further apart. Should be able to grab opposite elbows, no problem. And then forearms parallel or tripod for a little less intensity. Relax your neck. So neck should be relaxed. You're not gazing forward. Gaze back behind you somewhere, even up at the ceiling. When you're ready, tuck your toes and lift your hips up, dolphin pose. So lift your hips as high as you can. Press down through your forearms, hug in with your upper arms. Try not to let your head touch the ground, so give it a little shake or a little nod. Maybe walk your toes in closer and lift your hips even higher. Imagine you're trying to press your heart back as you lift your hips up. Take 3 more rounds of breath. If you want to explore in your own way, go for it. So maybe you want to lift one leg. Maybe you want to take hops. Open mouth size, more than welcome. Take one last huge inhale and stay for your exhalation. Very end of that exhale, let's rest. Bring your knees down. Child's pose or embryo pose. So embryo, your arms reach back. You might even grab hold of your heels. Let your shoulders relax now. Soften, slow, deep breaths. Maybe a big open mouth sigh. And then rise to a tabletop. And take it back to a downward facing dog. Take a moment and just walk out your down dog, pedal out your heels. Maybe give your head a little shake or a little nod. Really feel into the length from your fingertips, through your arms, through your side bodies. Feel that lift that comes from your center. One more great big in-breath. As you exhale, look to the top of your mat, and however you want to get there, forward fold. Inhale to a halfway lift position, lengthen, spine parallel to the ground. Exhale, release, let it go. And then this time, let's take it all the way up. So rise, arms overhead as you breathe in. And hands to heart as you breathe out. Flow with breath, high mountain, inhale. Dive down slowly as you exhale. Halfway lift position, breathe in. Exhale, fold. Let's rise all the way to stand, arms overhead, inhale. And hands to your heart center, exhale. One more half sun salute like that, arms overhead, reach, breathe in. Take it down slowly. And all the way to empty. Inhale, halfway lift. Really stick your butt out and press back through the tops of your thighs. Exhale, fold. Press into your feet, rise. All the way up, arms reach up, gaze up perhaps. Exhale, hands to your heart. All right, my friends, inhale, high mountain. Pause right here, and we're gonna balance on our right foot. So right foot roots down, left knee lifts. All right, find your balance. Flex your left toes and hug in with your inner thighs. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, hands to your heart, hinge at your hips and kick your left foot back like a warrior 3 variation. Stay balanced on your right foot, inhale, standing staff. So back and forth, just like that. Exhale, hands to heart, left leg back. If you need, of course, left toes can come down to help you move back and forth. Inhale, standing staff. If you want more, extend your left leg forward. Exhale, hands to heart, left leg back. Let's do that just once more. So last time, inhale, standing staff. Exhale if you want, this time full warrior 3. So arms reach forward, left leg reaches back. Stay and hold for a full round. Your fullest expression will end up in a crescent lunge. So step your left toes to the back of your mat and settle in. So make any adjustments needed. Square out your hips, feet are on 2 train tracks, not a balance beam. All of your toes face forward. Slow, steady breaths. Take one more inhale into your crescent lunge. As you exhale, let's bring our hands to the ground and set our back knees down gently. All right, so if you have a really short stance, if you're like this, there's nowhere to go. You're going to feel stuck. So invitation to walk your front foot forward just a bit. Hands to your front thigh, and then start to lean forward like you want to sit your right butt cheek on your right heel. I see people a lot of times kind of lean their whole body forward. So try to keep your heart lifted, your belly toned, and just move through your legs. Right butt cheek towards your right heel. Push your right heel down and pull it back. Imagine you're trying to even pull it up towards your right butt cheek. Tone your belly, navel to spine. Option to take your left arm to the sky. So right butt cheek towards your right heel, and then reach your left fingertips up. Pop up your chest, feel the length in your left side. Stay here, or final option, both arms to the sky. Full Anjaneyasana, let your right butt cheek move closer to your heel, lift your heart, one more inhale. Exhale, hands come down, tuck your toes, lift your back knee. And then walk your hands over to the left long edge of your yoga mat. So you're in a wide-legged forward fold position. Inhale, halfway lift. So spine is long. Press through your feet, engage through your core. Reach your arms out to both sides like you have great big wings. Gaze down, back of your neck long. Imagine that you're trying to press your arms up and at the same time you're trying to press your heart towards the ground. Feel your back muscles engage. Feel your core engage. Take one more inhale here. As you exhale, listen. Bring your right hand down underneath your chest. Reach your left arm to the sky so you'll be twisting towards the back of your mat. Now, from here, we're going to come into boat pose facing the back of our mat. So you'll pick your right foot up and thread it through your left hand, or excuse me, your right hand and your left foot. So sit bones down, you're facing the back of your mat, boat pose. Whatever variation you want to take, you can grab hold of the backs of your thighs. You can reach your arms forward, you can reach your arms back. You can bend your knees like me, you can extend your legs, you can leave your heels on the ground for more support. So we want to be balancing on our sit bones, not rocking back onto our tailbone. Lift your heart, draw your shoulders back. Take an inhale here. And then as you exhale, option, low boat, reach both arms to the right, kind of reach your legs to the left. Inhale, high boat, lift everything up, maybe hands to heart. You choose. Exhale, low boat, opposite side, so a little twist. Inhale, high. Exhale, low. Woo. Inhale, high. Exhale, low. Add the twist if you want. Inhale, high. Exhale, low. Everything squeezes towards midline. Inhale, high. Last one. Exhale, low. Inhale, high. Hold here for 3. Lift your heart. Squeeze your inner thighs. 2. And 1. Set your left foot down. Bring your right hand behind you. Now we're going to flip over 3-legged down dog. Right leg to the sky. Open your right hip. Bend your right knee. 3-legged down dog, right leg lifted, right hip open. Stay here or flip it, right foot comes down, open through the front of your heart. Stretch your abdominal wall. Breathe all the way down into your belly. Last big, huge, full body breath. And then everyone, regular down dog, walk it out. Ujjayi breath. Next inhale, high plank position. Exhale, slowly lower chaturanga all the way to belly. And let's come into a Spider-Man Cobra. Hands out wide on your fingertips. Inhale, lift. Take a little twist to your right and dip your left shoulder down. Inhale, center, lift your heart, tone your belly, lengthen through your front body, open. Exhale, twist. Good job, friends. Inhale, lift. Let it go, lower down. And then for just a moment, let's sit up into a hero's pose, kneeling meditation. So just sit back and rest your butt on your heels. If this doesn't work for you for whatever reason, sit in any comfortable position that works for you. You might use blocks under your butt so you can bring your feet out wide. Put a block or 2 under your butt if that's helpful. All right, just relax your arms down by your sides. Maybe even give them a little shaky shake. Slow, deep breaths. The next time you breathe in, arms to the sky, reach up. Exhale, bring your hands behind your back and interlace your fingers. Roll your shoulders back and down. Shoulder blades squeeze your spine so you can reach your hands back. And then maybe even tiny little lift of your heart and your gaze. So if you're in a kneeling position, you can explore reaching your knuckles towards the ground, lifting your heart higher towards the sky. So find your personal edge. And then be there with it, breathe into it, soften around it, last couple of rounds. Maybe you want to move your head a little bit side to side, around little circles. As you're ready, friends, release out of that and just come forward, hands and knees. Back to downward facing dog pose. Ujjayi breath, great big inhale as you push the ground away and lift your hips high. Exhale, look forward, step to toe or hop, top of your yoga mat, forward fold. Inhale to a halfway lift position. Exhale, release. Take it all the way up, big full body stretch at the top, high mountain. Hands to your heart, exhale. All right. Inhale, high mountain, reach. Now root down into your left foot this time, lift your right knee, standing staff. So playing with our balance, just like before, back and forth. Take one more inhale, active through your right toes. Exhale, hands to heart, hinge at your hips. Extend your right leg back, spine parallel to the ground. Back and forth we go. Inhale, standing staff. If you want more, you can extend your right leg. Exhale, woo, hands to heart. Move as slow or as quickly as you would like. One breath to one movement is as fast as I would recommend, so you can slow it down even more if you want to. Back and forth. Of course, you can use your right tiptoes on the ground to help you if you need. Slow, deep breaths. Let's take one more round. Come back to a standing staff pose. And then this time, we're going to hold in that warrior three, invitation to reach your arms forward. So 1 or 2 breaths, your personal fullest expression. Strong core. Crescent lunge, land softly if possible. Take a moment to adjust in any way needed. So feet on 2 train tracks, all of your toes face forward. Good job. Slow, steady breaths. Feel all that energy moving through your legs. Send your breath into it. One more inhale here. Maybe lift a little higher. Maybe gaze up. Exhale, bring your hands down. And set your back knee down gently. Bring your hands up to your front thigh. So if you need cushion for your back knee, of course you can do whatever needed. So maybe you fold over your mat, grab a pillow or a sweatshirt or something. Hands to your front thigh. And remember, if you have a really short stance like this, kind of stuck here, nowhere to go. So left foot forward. And then start to sit your left butt cheek on your left heel. Left butt cheek towards left heel. Rather than taking your whole body forward like this, so this is what I sometimes see people do, they're just leaning forward. You want to keep your weight centered, so navel to spine, heart lifts. As you move your left butt cheek forward and down, press down through your left heel, and energetically try to pull it back and up. Breathe. Relax your face. Option to extend your right arm to the sky. So left butt cheek forward and down, lift your heart, lengthen your right side, reach through your right fingertips. Square hips if you'd like. Left arm up as well, full Anjaneyasana. One more great big huge inhalation. And exhale, hands to the ground. Tuck your back toes under, lift your back knee. Walk your hands to the right long edge of your yoga mat so you're in a wide-legged straddle position. All of your toes face directly forward, halfway lift. And then feel your strong legs, your strong core, reach both arms out to both sides. So you have great big wings, gaze down, back of your neck long. Palms face the ground. Imagine you're trying to press your arms towards the sky and your heart towards the ground. Everything is lengthening. One more inhale. As you exhale, left hand down under your heart, right arm up, so twist towards the back of your mat again. Now remember that funky ninja move. You're going to pick up your left foot and thread it on through, both toes facing the back of your mat, whatever variation you want to take. Oh my gosh, this is hard. I gotta harness my inner barb. All right, inhale, high boat, you can hold here, or exhale once again, twist, low boat. I'm going even lower this time. Inhale, high. Exhale, low, squeeze your inner thighs, twist, inhale, high. Exhale low. Inhale high. With your own breath, move at your own pace. Take about 3 more on each side. Strong core. Modify if needed. Hold at the center and wait for us if you'd rather. Last round. Everyone find your high boat. Your variation, hold, squeeze your inner thighs, lift your heart for 3, 2, 1. Set your right foot down, bring your left left hand behind you, so you're turning over your left shoulder. And then flip it over, left leg up, three-legged down dog. Three-legged down dog, left leg up, open your left hip, bend your left knee. Stay right here, or flip it. Left foot comes down, open through your front body. Open through the front of your hips, front of your heart, send your breath all the way down into your belly. Last round if you're with me in the back bend. Downward facing dog, walk it out. Ujjayi breath. Next time you inhale, high plank, rock forward. Exhale, lower all the way to your belly. Let's take that Spider-Man cobra, hands out nice and wide, lift your heart. Exhale, twist to your right, lift your left shoulder. Inhale, center, heart lifts, belly tones. Other side, exhale. Inhale, center, lift your heart. And let it go. Take it back for a moment once again into a hero's pose. So kneeling meditation or any other seated position that works for your own body. Arms by your sides. Exhale all your air out. Inhale, reach your arms to the sky. Eagle arms, left elbow underneath, right elbow on top. Wrap your arms together. If that's too much, you can grab the backs of your shoulders instead. If you've got your eagle arms, see if you can lift your elbows up and away from your chest. And then maybe try kind of moving your arms one direction and letting your head fall the opposite. And then switch it to the other side. So just your hands go one way, your head plops the other way. Feels a little bit funky. And if it's not working well, no big deal. Keep your shoulders down. Take your last couple of breaths. So if you don't like that variation, just stick with right through center. Focus your gaze through your arms. Bottom of your neck, exhale, unwrap. Let your arms hang, give them a little shaky shake. Exhale, empty out. Inhale, reach up. Right elbow underneath this time. Just gotta get both sides. Wrap it around or grab backs of shoulders. One side might feel totally different. You can explore, reach your so hands kind of go to one side as your head goes the other, and then switch it. On this side for me, I can't really do it. This is enough for me. Just right here. I'm gonna keep it here and breathe. If you're holding in the center, just focus on lifting your elbows up and away. Notice if you have a neutral spine, or if you're like me and your ribs come forward, you let go through your belly. So, find neutral. So many things that we don't even notice we're doing all the time. It's so fascinating. Last couple of breaths. Breathe into the back of your heart. Breathe in between your shoulder blades. Good job. Bottom of your neck. Exhale, friends. Release your arms. Shake it out. Not even roll out your wrists for a moment. And then when you're ready, tabletop, downward facing dog. Walk it out. Reconnect to your Ujjayi. Great big inhale, push the ground away. Exhale, forward fold, top of your mat. Halfway lift, breathe in. Fold, exhale. Take it all the way up, big full body stretch, inhale. Hands to your heart center, exhale. Okie doke, inhale, reach up. Exhale, dive down slowly. And halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, plank pose, pause. So high plank, and we're gonna move into a side plank. Right hand is your base. Roll onto the baby toe edge of your right foot, or of course, you can always come down to your right knee if you prefer. Lift your hips really high, and maybe even reach your left arm forward. Maybe even float your left leg up and see if you can lift your hips higher. So any variation you want to try, go for it. Take about 2 more deep breaths. We're going to switch slowly to the other side. So keep your core strong, come through center, roll into the baby toe edge of left foot, right arm to the sky, lift your hips really high. Maybe right arm forward to lengthen your right side body, maybe even right leg up. Your variation, your expression. Does not have to be what you did on the other side, it can be. Make sure your breath is right there with you, last couple. All right, my friends, plank or modified is fine. So top of your push-up, lower to your forearms, forearm plank. Strong belly, strong shoulders. Now, from your forearm plank, roll onto your right forearm and the outer edge of your right foot, left arm to the sky. Forearm side plank, lift your hips. Maybe left arm forward, maybe left leg up, maybe even a forearm wild thing. So your expression. If you want to modify it, you can step your left foot in front of you and put some weight on your left foot. It'll help. Lift your hips, last couple breaths. Use those strong obliques. We're gonna take it to the other side. So keep your strong core. Come through your forearm plank. Roll over onto the baby toe edge of left foot. Maybe lift your hips higher. Maybe reach your right arm forward. Possibly right leg up or even a forearm wild thing if you want to go there. So you do you. Feel your strong left side abdominals working. Take about 2 more breaths. If you're dying, I'm right there with you. We got this. All right, forearm plank. From your forearm plank, my friends, strong core. One arm at a time. Press back up to your hands. High plank. Inhale and push the ground away. Exhale, lower to your belly. Spider-Man Cobra. Inhale. Twist to your right, dip your left shoulder. Exhale. Inhale, center, lift your heart, tone your belly. Other side, twist. Inhale, center, lift your heart. And then lower all the way down. And we're going to pause right here on our belly. Shoulder pigeon. So right arm reaches out to the right. Palm faces the ground. Roll up onto your right side. So your head turns to the left as you roll up. And any variation, if there's anywhere you want to go with it, feel free. Just make sure your breath is there. Make sure you can relax your head down. So if you need to bring something under your head like a little pillow, please do. And then just focus on your slow, spacious breaths. Breathe as big as you can. Good job, you guys. Take about 3 more here. And then let's slowly and intentionally come through center, so back to our bellies. You might take just a moment, kind of rest for a moment, turn your head to the other side, rock your hips a little bit. But eventually we'll go to shoulder pigeon on our left side. So in your own time, left arm reaches out and then roll up onto your left side body. Make sure your head is relaxing on something, on the ground or on a block or on a pillow or blanket. Send your breath all the way down every time. Big Buddha belly breaths. Soften through your forehead. Soften through your jaw. Soften energetically. What does that feel like? Take about 3 more rounds on this side. Very end of your next exhale, roll onto your belly. And for a moment, turn your head the other way, and just that little rock of your hips, that little shimmy side to side. We're gonna take a belly back bend. So, turn your forehead to face the ground. Reach your arms down by your sides. Exhale all your air out. And as you inhale, lift everything up that you can. So like you're surfing, reach your arms back, lift your heart high, hug in with your inner thighs. Now, if you would like, invitation to interlace your fingers or even go for your full floor bow, bend your knees, grab hold of your ankles or the tops of your feet. And once you've got it, kick and pull. Hug in with inner thighs, lift through your heart. So what hugging in with your inner thighs does, it keeps you from just crunching up in your low back or over extending through your low back. Breathe all the way down into your belly. Back of your neck is long. One more inhale, lift, lift, lift. And let it go. Rest your head either way, or you can rest your forehead down. Shimmy your hips, rock them side to side, or even windshield wiper your knees side to side. I mean your shin, sorry. Bend your knees, windshield wiper your shin. Send your breath down into your low back. And however you want to get there, friends. Downward facing dog in your next few rounds. Nice and easy. Find your way back. Inhale, take your right leg to the sky. And exhale, pigeon pose. Bring your right shin to the front of your mat and gently set your body down. Take your time to set yourself up or explore in any way you feel like today. If you need to take this or want to take this on your back or in a seat instead, please do. We'll be here for about 7 to 10 rounds. Send your breath down into your hips. And with your last big deep breath, take it all the way to emptiness. And start to find your way all the way up. And we're going to come into a seated position. So just ease your way. You can either sit over onto your right butt cheek and then swing your left leg around, or however you need to get there. Find your way into a seat. Take both legs out in front of you. Give them a little shake out. And then keep your right leg extended and bring the sole of your left foot to your right inner thigh. So we're going to flow through a couple of poses. So watch me first and then we'll do it together. So as we exhale, we're going to reach our left hand towards our right foot. My right arm is reaching back behind me and I'm folding. So you can use your right hand kind of on the ground behind you if you can see my hand. I'm putting it on the ground. And then I'm going to fold here as I exhale. When I inhale, I'm going to sweep my body over towards the left side of my mat. And then my left hand comes to the ground. I'm going to lift my hips up. So we're going to go inhale here. Exhale, fold. Inhale, exhale. About 3 times, and then we're going to hold in our fold, okay? All right, so start. We're just kind of sitting up tall. Take a great big inhale, maybe even reach your arms up if you want. And as you exhale, dive down and fold left hand to right foot or right ankle. Inhale, sweep your body over to the left. Left hand plants. Lift your hips. Exhale, work into your fold all the way to empty as you fold, fold, fold. Inhale, open it up, open, lengthen. And again, sit bones come down, sweep your body around all the way to empty. And let's take it back, open up. This time we'll hold, so exhale, bring your sit bones down and hold here. Left hand to right foot or right ankle or shin. Pull your right butt cheek back. And imagine you're trying to reach your heart past your knee. You can use your right hand behind you to kind of propel your upper body forward. Press your left foot into your inner thigh back into your left foot. Take about 2 more breaths. Good job. Slow, slow, slow roll up. All the way up. Take your left leg forward. And shake it out for a moment. Invitation to try happy baby balancing on your sit bones. So bend your knees, grab hold of the outer edges of your feet or peace fingers around mid toes and see if you can find a happy baby with a nice neutral spine balancing on your sit bones. So pull back with your arms, press forward with your heels. Find that place where you can balance, where you're connected to your sensor and have fun with it. If you want to play with extending one or both legs, go for it. And when you're ready, friends, we'll meet in downward dog. So however you want to get there, you can play with crossing your ankles, rocking forward, stepping, or even jumping back to a chaturanga. And meet you in down dog, however you'd like to transition. Ujjayi breath. Walk it out. Inhale, left leg high. Pigeon pose, left shin to the top of your mat. Come down gently. Any way you want to explore before settling in. Use your big deep breath. Take about 2, maybe 3 more. Open mouth size, welcome at any time. And let's slowly start to find our way once again into a seated position. So however you want to get there. Take both legs forward and just give them a little shaky shake. And left leg will be extended this time. Sole of your right foot towards your left inner thigh. So remember, folding as we exhale, inhale like a wild thing or like a modified side plank, back and forth, big deep breath. So start by just sitting up top, maybe even reach your arms up, inhale. And then as you exhale, forward fold, right hand to left foot or left ankle, all the way to emptying your breath. As you inhale, sweep your upper body around, right hand behind you, lift, lengthen. Exhale back into your fold, sweep it around, all the way to empty. Inhale, lift and open. If you need to move at your own pace, please feel free. Exhale, fold. Inhale, open it up. Lengthen, exhale, fold. One last time, inhale, open, lengthen. Fill up with your breath and exhale, we'll hold this one, fold. All the way to emptiness and then hold for about 3 rounds. If you need to make any adjustments, please feel free. Forehead towards shin, nose toward knee. But imagine you're trying to reach your heart past your knee as you pull your left butt cheek back. Flexion through your left toes. Very, very end of your next exhale. Let's roll it up. Roly poly, slowly. Head lifts last. Once your head stacks, take your right leg out, shake it out. And one more time, if you want to try that happy baby, balancing on your sit bones, make sure you have plenty of space behind you because I'm going to invite you to take it down onto your back. So you can balance for a minute and maybe even try extending one or both legs. Try to keep your spine, so it's really easy to round here. Try to keep your heart lifted, spine long, and really use your center. And then if you want, you can try, taking it all the way back. Just landing in a happy baby. If that's scary, then just nice and easy. Come down onto your back and happy baby it out. And then after a few rocks and rolls in your happy baby, a little bit of exploration, just come to rest with your feet together, knees apart, Supta Baddha Konasana. So bring your heels as close to your upper body as you can without this feeling like it's hurting at all in your low back. So if it does hurt your low back, scoot your feet a little further away. Just rest here. Invitation to bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. As you rest here, you guys, this is just going to be a slow closing of your knees to center. So keep your feet together, but see if you can lift your knees just about 2 or 3 inches and hold here for about 3 breaths. So this is a little bit of work, but not a lot of work. And then lift your knees about 1, 2, or 3 inches more. And if your feet are starting to come apart, that's okay, but just have the intention of pressing the soles of your feet together. You might start to even feel a little bit of a shakiness down in your psoas, your pelvis, and that's okay. Let it happen. Big deep breaths. Good job. Now bring your knees all the way up so feet are on the ground, knees bent. And hug your knees in, give them a squeeze, take a little rock side to side. supine spinal twist, both of your knees fall to the right, left arm out to the left. If there's any other variation that you personally want to take, you're welcome to. Just let the ground hold as much of your weight as possible. Take your big, deep breaths. And then in your next couple of rounds, just switch to the other side. So take your time as you come through center. Maybe take a little rock, maybe give your legs that big squeeze. And eventually just let your knees fall left. Breathe down into your belly. So take as long as you want on this side, but when you feel pretty much even, start to come back to center, neutral. And just finish off your own practice with any poses you want, any movements, wiggles, stretches, or maybe you just want to go straight into your final relaxation, which is also more than welcome. So I'm sharing my computer sound with you. I'm gonna try for these last few moments just to play a song. So hopefully it works and sounds good on the other end, but just for these last few moments for your Shavasana, the song is only about 2.5 minutes. So for 2.5 minutes, can you let yourself just be, not doing anything, not fixing anything, not needing to go to what's next just yet, but allowing yourself to really have time and space to just rest and just be these last couple of moments. Shavasana.
I wanna be free, so free, like a feather blowing through the breeze, like a bird in a tree, like a dolphin in the sea. I wanna fly high, so high, like an eagle in the sky. And when my time has come, I'll let it all go with a sigh. Pachamama. Pachamama, coming home to the place where I belong. I wanna be free, be me, be the holy being that I see. Not to rise and not to fall, be at one with love and all. There is no high, no low, there's nowhere else to go except inside your heart and be just who you are. Pachamama. Pachamama, coming home to the place where I belong. Pachamama, coming
Take a deep breath in. And let it go. Just start to slowly move through fingers and toes. And eventually roll to either side, fetal position. Just take a moment to really let everything settle inside, let all the energy and effort from your practice kind of soak in. And then using the strength in your arms, ease your way up into seated meditation. And this is just a little poem by Nikita Gill as you come into your seat. I think it's just short and sweet. It says, I will not give up the flowers in my heart just because the world is a hard place. The world is only a hard place because it needs more flower-hearted people. So just bow your head to your own heart. Maybe even visualize flowers around your heart. What would that feel like? Thank yourself for showing up to practice, to slow down enough to tune in and just notice what's there. Thank you for letting me guide you, friends. Namaste. I'm sorry, guys. I don't think that audio worked, huh? Because I looked. Did it
No,
work?
it worked
It did?
perfectly.
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah.
Oh,
It's not-
good.
It was great. It
I
was
can never
great.
tell what it's coming through on the other end. And then when I went to stop sharing, I was like, oh, did I not even start sharing? So then I wasn't sure. You know, technology.
Perfect. It was perfect.
Okay, good.
Great.
Thank you, friends. Have a wonderful Tuesday. I'll see you soon, I hope.
Bye.
Thank you very much. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. Mhm.